y'all. I gotta go. Being real, we had an accident and everything this live, huh? This been a good one. Anyhow, peace out. Very good weather.
Jack, hey, what's happening, Jack? Man, I hit that. You in Florida, Jack? Man, I hit that motherfucking weed show yesterday. Finally caught one. Finally caught one. That motherfucker so loose. You know what? I just realized something, Jack. Trip off of this. Them motherfuckers, right? When I went to that dispensary club, I'm getting some real shit. When I went to that club, them motherfuckers charged me $50? No, $60 for a weed license, right? For a weed license. But now, when I go in that motherfucker, they don't even ask to see your license, like your weed card. They don't even ask to see that shit no more. Cause the other ones, there's like three of them. On the other two, you just walk your ass in. But this one was the first one that I discovered, and they was charging us for motherfucking weed cards. Now I'm thinking, that shit was some bullshit. That was some bullshit to get extra money, charge motherfuckers for weed cards that ain't shit. For invalid weed cards from a fake ass doctor I was talking to on a motherfucking iPhone. That was some bullshit. The motherfuckers was hustling. Hella people got hustled for fake weed license money that wasn't even needed. That's some bullshit. Man, I've been keeping this thing plugged. I would tell you why. Because I know I ain't the only motherfucker in America that can keep a plug in their nose. I ain't the only one because I've been doing this shit since I was little. And it's like this. You can sit here and I could be blowing my nose the whole live and doing all that shit the whole live. Or I just put a plug in that motherfucker and let it do what it do. And change dressing as needed. Uh, I just realized I am hella hungry. You know how sometimes you just be hungry, but then sometimes you be hella hungry. Right now, this week got me hella hungry. So hungry I ain't even smoking it no more. But I got a cool little. Hey, what's the name of this live again, man? What's the name of this live? Yeah, it's allergies. It is straight allergies. It was a story about what was this live about? Because I'm gonna tell this story. Y'all could just watch it on the playback, but I'm gonna tell it while I'm live though. And then we're gonna talk about It's the Kid. What is this? See, man, y'all gonna make me. Oh no, I could do this. Bam. Watch this. Bam. Y'all gonna tell me. Bam. Uh, damn, this live ain't even showing up yet. Citrus Farmer at 21%. The Islands. Damn. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, Jack, did you get a notification? Or did you just happen to see? Because I'm tripping right now. It's like sometimes YouTube send out notifications. Sometimes they don't. They've been tripping on my shit lately. Like they've been making it to where I go to upload a video and that motherfucker take hella long to upload. Uh, my trip to Alcatraz. Oh, the Alcatraz. Okay, I got it. He got lucky. I never get him. So that means that either I may have turned my notifications off. But if we get to like 10 people, then I'll tell the story. If not, I'll save it for another time. Oh no, I can tell it regardless because it ain't that serious. So this story right here, I'm gonna put fast forward to the 6 minute mark. So when I was telling a story about my mom, right? Gotta light the blunt down. I was telling a story about my mom in the Plumas County. I mean, in Plumas County, in Feather River room. She was, we damn near died. She opened the door and shit. So when we living out there in the mountains, right? These white folks ain't never left the mountains. These white folks ain't never left the mountains. So I'm the closest thing, the city that they know. Because I came straight from Sacramento, straight to the mountains, where it's like population 2,000. Hardly anybody in that motherfucker. But we all then got this field trip. We're going for 10th grade. We're going to Alcatraz. Now I done been to the Bay already, so I'm like, yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing. So we do the ride share. I ride with this girl and her family. We get to the Bay. We go to the Presidio because it's a field trip. We go to the Presidio. That's the thing, like that overlooked the bay. That it was like a Navy base or something that used to protect the bay when ships would come in like the 1800s or whatever. We went to some submarines over there. We went to Pier 39, but we went to Alcatraz, right? So to get to Alcatraz, it's a ferry. I don't know what color that ferry is now, but back in the days, it used to be like red and yellow. No, red and white. Red and white. And the thing is, when them ferries used to go from land to Alcatraz, man, it was hella seagulls, right? Hella seagulls follow the boats and shit. So it was like a damn near like a game. Like we was ducking the seagull doo doo. We was I thought I did my thing. They was splatting plow. I thought I did my thing. Then all of a sudden, I seen this dude and his girlfriend. They was like and really like trying to. They was pointing like she was scared to point. You know that scared to point where they'd be like, no, not the one where they'd be like, no. She was like, I looked around like, who, me? She was like, man, why'd I take my jacket off, man? It was the biggest piece of seagull doo-doo ever. Hit me all in the hood. I kind of did, now that I replayed it, I kind of did feel some kind of like, but it wasn't like, it was like getting hit with a sponge, though. It wasn't like somebody slapped me. It was like a sponge hit me. Boop. Like hella soft, but hard, but soft. Man, that motherfucker shit on my jacket. I had a Lakers jacket too. Yeah, I'll admit it. It was a Lakers jacket, but it was a starter, vintage. Man, that motherfucking seagull doodoo stain stayed in my jacket for years. Even after washing it and everything, there was always a faded mark right there where that seagull shit on me. It says good luck. Side note, I remember one time I was in Old Folsom and the homie E. Roo from the east out here. This nigga E. Roo got shit on by a bird and there was no birds in the sky. Just picture that. We all standing around. Picture that. We all standing around in the area and just out of nowhere, that nigga just get plop. And we look up and there was not a bird in the sky. Okay, back to the story. So when we get to Alcatraz, I'm hella embarrassed. But the way Alcatraz works is like this: when you go to when they got this bin with hella back then it was Walkmans. Some of y'all don't even know how to work a Walkman now, but it was Walkmans, the yellow waterproof Sony's back in the days. And then what happens is you stand, and this shit is so primitive now that I think about it. But you stand in the box, everybody stands in the box or the line, whatever, and then you hit play. You hit the play on your Walkman. Everybody, the whole class get Walkmans. And then it's like a tour guide. So you walk and it guides you down the little cell, down the cells where all the cells is. So you walk in, and as you walk in, it's talking, and then it might be like, okay, stop, look to the right. This is the cell that the Birdman and Alcatraz used to be in, and it's like perfect timing too. Then it'll say, now let's move along, and then you'll be walking down the corridor with all the cells. It'll be like, this is where the infamous stabbing happened in the barber shop, and then you keep going and be like, this is Al Capone's cell. So then they fed us some shit. I don't know what the fuck they fed us. But that's the only time I ever been to Alcatraz. That was my 10th grade field trip. But the fucked up thing is I got shit on. But I guess I had the right jacket on to get shit on. But back then, I didn't know back then in the 90s, I didn't know that I would grow to not like the Lakers. So that's innocent. I had no idea I would grow to not like the Lakers. Being a Sacramento King fan, I am. What's up, Isha BZ? How you been? So, anyhow, man, I appreciate y'all that sent It's the Kid get a message or got at him in at Instagram. That's what he's going through, man. I talked to him this morning, and then we did the interview yesterday, and then today I'm gonna have Drina. Drina's gonna interview him, and we just gonna keep updates every day. We just gonna update because that's, man. His energy is toe up. His spirits is up. I will say that his spirits is up. But he should just watch the last video and you'll know what's going on. But it's the kid in the hospital, pretty much fighting for his life. Yep. Other than that, this live was about Alcatraz and the update with It's the Kid. We'll be posting with him every day till he get out that joint. Dave McGill, what's happening, man? Earning things. Nah, I ain't sick. I got allergies. Hella allergies. My allergies been bad for years, like since I was a kid. I didn't always have plugs in my nose till prison. Cause I'll be blowing my nose hella hard. I'll be like, nah. So it'd be like, you know what? Before I be getting out of pocket and blowing my trumpet, I just plug that motherfucker and blow it once in a while. You see how big this nose is? I got real live snot box. I could probably snort a whole spoon with this nostril. Look like a blower, like you know the blower hose on the boat or a well. His back where he breathed out of, look like that. Whew. That was a big ass hit. Whew. So I be hitting shit straight to the lungs. Straight to the lungs. So my nose ain't that big. Got snap box. Alex, say what time is it? 8:42. Perico 3D. What is it, man? Ken Larson. What's that, man? You know, have my morning waking baker. Man, I wake up like today. I woke up at 6 because I took a little bit of that. I took a little bit of that. I took a little bit of that, so that shit make you sleep hella good. I will say that. That shit make you sleep hella good. So normally though, I wake up about like 5:30. I get up programming. I get up early like I'm still in. We used to go to breakfast at like before 6:30. Pretty much everybody is fed in prison. Well, at least the ones I was at. Like you going to eat breakfast while it's still dark. So you got to get up and program because you got to decide. Because it's two types of niggas. It's the niggas that come back from chow in the morning and they gonna go back to their cell and they gonna program. They about to go back, roll their mattress up, put some music on, drink some coffee, probably write a letter, work out, get ready for the yard, and program. Then you got some niggas that's just gonna go back to from chow, grab their lunch, and go back and get back up in the bed. I wasn't that type. Man, I ain't too institutional. You can't tell. You can't tell I'm institutionalized. You can't tell. Motherfucker, look, real shit. Motherfuckers couldn't tell that I had been in prison for 17 years when I came home in 2013. Just off a regular conversation, they couldn't tell at all. The only way they could tell is because I was asking hella questions. I was asking more questions than the average person. But what I would establish is like, if I see they get to getting defensive, like, bro, why you asking that? I tell them straight up, bro, man, I just did 17 years, bro. I'm trying to figure this shit out. And then that like, for if anybody had ever inflated on me, when I told them, man, I just did 17 years, bro, and I'm trying to figure this shit out. That was like a deflate. Excuse me. That was a deflate. And what that'll do is if they puffed up, it would bring them down to size and make them realize, damn, nigga, I can't even picture doing 17 years. I don't even know what that feels like. Matter of fact, it scares me to think about doing 17 years. So, bruh, how can I be of assistance? All I had was my instincts when I first came home. So, yeah. I will say they're institutionalized there should be a word or a definition for like kind of institutionalized, but not fully institutionalized. Like I'm not about to get in the shower with some flip flops on. I'm not about to put some toilet paper on the toilet seat at home. I'm not about to go back in the days every day. But I did start drinking my coffee black again. That was something I did inside. Black. No sugar. Just straight black. Not black. 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 I talked to I talked to one of the homies that was inside last night. Man, maybe I am institutionalized. Let me let me play the tape back. I still talk to people that are inside regularly. I've come to find out that I seem to know everybody, and everybody that I know is has been to prison, knows me from prison, and maybe I am. I know that it's good stuff that came. That I know it's things that prison instilled in me, qualities that put me at an advantage, and then I think that's come. I think that one of those is self awareness. Self awareness. Prison teaches you that because if you aren't aware of yourself and your surroundings, you can quickly find yourself in a situation that you can't get out of. So self awareness and respect and morals. Self awareness, respect, and morals. Because if you plan on surviving through that shit, you got to have them. You got to have them. Let's see. That's right. I feel you, Alex. Did he do 17 straight? I did 17 straight. I still shower with flip flops. So, oh shoot. See, the thing is, like the person ages faster. Like if you've been in prison, consider yourself. Like I say I'm a black rose in full bloom, been held back like a slingshot. So give me some room. So picture people in prison as being drawn back in a slingshot or held back like a spring drawn back. Then when you get out, it's boom, that motherfucker gonna shoot. So I say that to say that we age like 2 times faster than the average person. So like I can admit, when I came home at 33, I was only 23. But every year, every like 3 months that passed, I was turning 24. Another 3 months, 25. Another 3 months, 26. Then all of a sudden, I make a grown man move, like get a job, and then next thing you know, I age even more until I felt like I would never catch up to my age, but I'll be the best representative of my age. Like I'm 40 years old. Some of y'all don't even know that. I just fucked some of y'all up right now. I'm 40 years old. Do I feel 40? Not at all. Do I listen to 40-year-old music? Yes. But do I listen to current music? Yes. Do I should I feel bad that I listen to young music too? I can bob my head to it. I can't relate to it, but I can bob my head to it. Do I feel bad? Hell no. I'm a 40-year-old that grew up on rap music. I grew up on Dr. Dre. I didn't grow up on Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes and Marvin Gaye. I used to hear them on the oldie station. So I'm a rap. I guess I would be a rap listening ass grandpa. Straight up. I might be going to prison in California looking at 5 years. I'm white. Any advice? Uh If you go to prison in California and you white, let's see. I would say this. I don't know what your character is like, but out of all the other races, the whites have a tendency to feed on each other more so than others. Like feed on each other, victimize each other, play with each other. So you have to decide which one you gonna be. Are you gonna be the tough white boy? Are you gonna be the white boy that goes to school and goes back to his cell and stays on his stuff? It depends what prison you're going to. Since you got 5 years, with halftime, most likely you would probably be going to a camp or a level one. So in a level like that, all you gotta do is just stay on your shit, build your network, and stay on your shit. Go to your job or whatever. You probably gonna have a job in the community. Just do your job. Don't get involved in drugs, because that's gonna distract you. I ain't gonna say don't smoke weed, because there's ways to do it. So it's not how you do it. Like if you gonna smoke, be smarter than everybody else. Like make sure you check your surroundings. If you go walk off into the woods and smoke, then make sure you got somebody watching out for you. All the basic shit. Because level one is cakewalk, and that's what you would be doing. You probably It'll probably be harder for you in Tracy when you first go, but after Tracy, you smooth selling. She said, "Holla at West." Sheep or wolf? How much percent of the races where you have been? You gotta ask that a little different, so I can understand it. You said, why do the whites do that to each other? Man, I'm gonna be honest. The whites in prison, because they're more like a brotherhood, they expect you to be, because you white, that's your brother, and you're supposed to adhere to their rules. It's still politics involved, but that only comes into play in like the higher levels. Like if you're a level two, that's where you'll get a taste of it. But if you're a level one, which is where you will be, it's gonna be a whole bunch of people just like you, regular white dudes that might got a little hustle, regular white dudes that hung with blacks, regular white dudes that just didn't pay their speeding tickets, domestic violence. It's hella regular ass people on level ones in the ranch and shit. Hella. Now the thing is, I'm gonna tell you, and remember I told you this. Since I believe this probably is your first time going to prison, Alex, or excuse me, let me make sure I'm talking to the right person. Okay, Ken. Since this is your first time going to prison, I'm gonna tell you about the trap. Okay, the trap is this: you get locked up for the first time. You take since you ain't been in trouble, you take this small ass deal. This small ass deal. It might be 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Most of the time, anything under like 6 or 7, but we're just gonna say 5 or less. What happens is you go to prison, you go to a lower level, you go to like a one, you go to a ranch, or you go to a level one. And what happens is you adapt to that, and it gets cool, comfortable. You do your time, and you come home. You get the same respect as somebody that just did level 4 time, because all the average person knows is that you just went to prison in some far away off place, and they associate all the prisons as the same in their mind, unless you say something hella hard like San Quentin. Then they like, oh, Quentin. But Quentin is a kitty camp. The reception in Quentin is harder than the reception than the main line in Quentin. Quentin is kitty camp. So what happens is you get a false perception of what prison is really like, because you just did kitty time. There's no lessons to really be learned when you're doing short time. So the trap is this: when you get out, you like, yeah, I went to prison. That ain't shit. That ain't shit. But in this deal that you took, you got 2 strikes. You don't even realize it. You took a plea deal. This is the trap. They took a plea deal. You got 2 strikes and you don't even realize it. You only been to prison one time. One time. Next thing you know, you doing what you do, and you make a second mistake. Bam. That second mistake might have been a little bit seriouser than the first one. Now all of a sudden you facing hella time. You done went from the ranch to now you a level 3 and a level 4, and you like fuck. I didn't think prison was like this, but this is how it goes. That's the or you like you said, or you can go to fire camp and get another false perception of what prison is like. You go, and then when you come out here, you more willing to take a chance. You're more willing to take a chance because you're not scared of prison because what you just did was hella cool. You adapted to that. Now, take the other side of the coin. Somebody that got banged they first time, and they been locked up for hella long, like me. What happens is before I take any type of penitentiary chance, I got a scale and I'm gonna weigh it. I'm gonna weigh it. Like, do I want to spend another 17 years in prison, or do I want to continue to do shit the right way, or do shit a smarter way, and continue to live life because prison is bullshit? I got a scale. I know the good, the bad, the ugly. So I got a scale. But somebody that only been in prison and only did some fire camp or some level 1 or 2 evens, but some 2s is cracking, but level 1, then they know. They don't, I mean, excuse me, then they don't know because they went back and kicked it because everything that they did on the streets, they able to do in a fire camp or a level 1. Remember that. Anything you could do out there on the streets, you could do in a level 1. So whatever drugs you was doing, you could do that. If you had good quality weed on the streets, then you can make it to where you got good quality weed in a level 1 too. You can get your phone, you can get everything, iPads, everything in a fire camp or a level 1 if you got any type of hustle or wiggle. So that's why you get a false perception of prison. And then next thing you know, when you get banged that second time, you like, man, I had no idea. I had no idea. Like, damn. I remember the only way since I got banged on my first time, the only time I could relate, the way I could relate is when I was in a level 4, 180. I was in Salinas Valley on DR. Man, one of the homies that had been to a level 3, I had never been to no level 3, 2, 1, nothing. Matter of fact, level 4, you don't even hear stories about the ranch. You don't even hear stories about level 1 because it's so far apart from each other. So I remember one of the homies named G from Vallejo who ended up getting the Bay dudes beat him up in the cell and the police let him in there to beat him up. I remember the police came by. They was like, they seen him after he got beat up. It was like, what's wrong with you? He was like, nigga. No, they said, are you okay? He was like, do I look okay? Like they beat him up and threw him back in the cell. And man, anyhow, when he came back from the hospital after that shit happened, man, he was like dirt, man. I'm telling you, motherfuckers is not doing time like this in them level 3s. They is not doing time like this. Dirt, this is not living. I don't know how y'all been living on this lockdown bullshit for months and months at a time on these 180s. Dirt, he said, man, you got to get down to a level 3. And when I did, boom, my mind opened. My mind opened. So I wasn't just one way thinking level 4. Now I'm boom, level 3. These motherfuckers got wiggle around these motherfuckers. Compared to where I came from, these motherfuckers got wiggle in these level 3s. Tracy is for the people in the Sacramento area, or the Valley. Quinn is for the Bay Area. Yes, indeed. But there was a time, I forget the years, but there was a time where they was sending everybody to every reception. And you had people in Tracy from LA, you had people in Tracy from the Bay. You had people from everywhere. They switched it to where it's mainly us now again though. 200 a flip phone, 3, 4 touchscreen. Yep. That's that ranch. 3 and 4 yards, 18 and up. Yep. Real shit. Shit, see, now they got these ones though. They got these ones that's like this big, like these phones. They like this big. Them motherfuckers, you could take your jump shot or whatever. Matter of fact, phone this big. Yep, this big. Motherfuckers is taking that motherfucker and sticking it up they bunghole so fast in that cell. It's crazy. And I ain't even saying that to be funny because if I was in there, I'd be doing the same motherfucking thing. I would have my motherfucking phone wrapped in plastic, stuck between the yeeks, and if the police seemed like they was about to run up in the cell, shit, I had that motherfucker. A dude, a dude. That's why. That's another reason why we drank hella coffee in prison, like especially hustlers. You drink that coffee because it's very important that you stay regular if you live in that life. Because when you go to take your jump shot, you don't want a traffic jam. I'm just saying though, you don't want a traffic jam. You go to take your jump shot, that motherfucker be like, mm. You'd be like, mm. That went over some of y'all head. So they can go through metal detectors. That's what's up. I remember when I got my watch phones inside. I had the motherfuckers. I had the ex. I had her go to the courthouse and walk through the metal detectors, test them out to make sure they can come to the thing. So you speak that language. You know what you talk about. You might be one of the homies. I don't even know. What homie is you? You would sound like one of the homies. Perico. Perico. So that's parrot. I know some parrots too. Nah, real shit. You just reminded me. The bulldog the bulldog that said supposed to have fried eggs, dirt. His name was Perico. Oh, okay. Shit, shout out Pittsburgh. Man, Jason, is there a nicer word to describe taking a jump shot? And shit, because if you look, man, you have no options. You looking at a man that ate his own shit. Yeah, yeah. I ate my own dookie to save my life because I had no choice. No choice. So the thing is, you gotta look at everything life or death in there too, just like out here. See, the problem is they don't look at it life or death out here. In there, if you serious about your hustle, if you serious about what you're doing, you got to look at it as life or death. So when you go to sleep, best believe that shit is in the luggage. It's in the suitcase. And the thing about being regular is that if it's been in a suitcase all night, you got to make sure you drink that coffee, keep you regular. So when you take your yundo out and you boop 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 boop, get rid of your business, and then you change the dressing on your yundo and go back up in the thing, man. I was doing that shit. True story. Some people just talk about it. But I look. The reason why I say I'm a convict is because I played every level. I played every level in there. Just picture, it's like going to the same college for like 17 years straight. You better know everybody. Man, Keister Bunny, call it what you want. But I was an all-star. I had to be. Had to be shit. Your enemy playing with that thing. Your enemy playing with that thing. Themselves, the Southsiders was playing with that thing, and they putting things in that thing. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Shit. Think about it. You in the shoe. You got no. They stripping you butt ass naked to strip you out, and you know they got. You got to be able to protect yourself. So you know if they got a thing up in that thing, you gonna put a thing up in that thing too. Shit. That's how we look at it. Shit. I remember one time I fuck with y'all. See, that's why I could talk to y'all, cause y'all like family anyway. That is the kid, man. That is the kid shit. Kind of had me looking at shit different because, like, I look at what I mean to y'all. I really do look at what I mean to y'all. But he like summed it up because when I started the Dirty Nation, I had no idea like where it would go, the direction it would take. I had no idea it would get this big. Man, man, look, it's the kid had me shedding tears this morning. Real talk, man. That shit had me, man. At first, I smoked about 4 blunts before I came live to try to like humble myself. You just go and with y'all don't. It's the kid is the only moderator that I've ever met in person. Like in person, like shook their hand. Like it's the kid, the only one I ever met in person, and he blessed me. He blessed me with 2 different kinds of weed, and he ain't even got it like that. But he blessed me, and that was something that the first impression is always a good one. And I mean, it's hopefully always a good one. And ours was a blessed meeting. It was a blessed meeting. We figured out, we tracked each other down, and we made it happen. And we met, and he blessed me. And then on top of that, he met my woman too. He met my woman from the gate, and it's been all love. And if y'all ever really like trip off of any lives, like like some people go back and watch the lives, like they really, it doesn't matter that they wasn't there when it happened. They still feel like they a part of it. So this message is for y'all too, but it's the kid. So y'all that have been following, he always has radiated a positive message. Like you'll never see it's the kid get out of pocket with nobody because his message is always the same. Morals. Keep it respectful. So that shit kind of was on me. But now, anyhow, let me get back to the story. I was because we was talking about something, and I was gonna tell y'all this story because you know how it is when you share something personal, you be like, man, I don't know if I want to tell you this, but So anyhow, I was on the yard, and it wasn't that big. It was like a lighter, kind of like a lighter, but shit. Look, the police is coming around. They this is what they used to do. They used to say, "Yard down," out of nowhere. Like out of nowhere, we would just be walking, doing our thing. Yard down. We get out on the ground, right? But normally, when we got to get out on the ground, is because it's a fight. It's a fight. It's an alarm somewhere. It might be somebody that fell out or something like that. Or it could mean it's cracking. So when they say yard down, you gotta process hella shit, hella fast. Is it on? Where's the thread? Or is it on what race? You gotta process all this shit. But on a level 4 yard, they can pretty much see the whole yard. The tower can see the whole yard. So when they say yard down, you can kind of see the whole yard too. But what they would do is it'd be nothing going on. There would be no alarms nowhere. They'll just say yard down, and then you'll look at the gate and you'll see hella police lined up from all the yards, like they didn't plan this hit. And you'll see all the police lined up, and the next thing you know, them motherfuckers will just come through the gate, line up, and just start going person to person, stripping you out, like stripping you out. And it's like even if it was a riot or if it wasn't, they just do surprise strip you outs. And if you got anything on you, it's all bad. So in this particular time, I had my little pea shooter and only one place to go with it. And I lost my virginity. It's all bad. But would I rather catch 3 strikes? Hell to the fuck no. So I did that shit and was happy that I survived the search. So we think about certain shit from our mind frame, you be like, man, y'all motherfuckers was some savages up in that motherfucker. Hell yeah. he said he said they be fitting all kind of shit up in here. Oh shit. Loves and prayers, it's the kid. Straight up. What's a pea shooter? Nah, a pea shooter is like I used to have big ass knives. Like I used to have knives. I mean, I had a knife made out of wood called Buffy. I mean, I had a knife made out of a crutch, like the crutches you walk with, the end of it flattened. Man, I called that motherfucker Petey because it looked like a shark tooth. I was a specialist with taking lighters and taking a stinger. Like they used to give us metal stingers, and it would look like this. It would look like this. Like this would be considered a pea shooter. If I had a knife that was like this is a pea shooter. If I come with a knife that looked like this is a knife. This is a pea shooter. And one and grow. How you get that wrench? Uh, Consistency, bro. Consistency. And you know what? Just I'm glad that you asked because I've been noticing you too, man. You've been hashtagging and you've been posting, and I just want to let you know that I do notice that. Thank and I appreciate it. The shampoo bottle. That was the first. That was the first knife I learned how to make. Was out of a VO5 shampoo bottle. Yep. See, I told you, you speak that language. You's old Vic, man. You's old convict, man. You know your shit. Look, I'm gonna tell you. I mean, you know your shit, and I'm gonna tell you how you know I know my shit. I'm gonna show you how I know my shit. Let me find an example for you. So we'll just say, oh, you can make a knife out of this, but I'm not gonna use this as an example. But you can make a knife out of this too. But I would take like a VO5 bottle. So like we'll say this bottle wouldn't be good. This type of plastic ain't good because it turned to like liquid and just it don't form. But the other ones, the VO5 bottles, that type of plastic, when you make your fire, you hold this over the fire, right? And then it starts to melt. And you take your sock, like he said, you can take a sock or a glove or whatever, and as it burns, it starts to fold. And you take your sock and you start to grab that motherfucker, and you start to form it. You start to form it, and then next thing you know, it starts to melt down into a plastic ball. And then when it becomes that plastic ball, like a plastic ball, you gotta roll that motherfucker. But when you roll it, it'll come out like this. It'll come out like this, and then you keep rolling it. So when you get into where it's a plastic piece of like this, then you take the razor blade and you sharpen that motherfucker to a tip. You can have your handle if you want. Like if this was the knife, a motherfucker, if he was good, he would have the knife under here where you take the cap and you pull that motherfucker out and get with him. But this is a plastic piece of a shampoo bottle. So when you roll it, a motherfucker, and you sharpen the ends with your little razor, then with that right there, you want to always keep it wrapped with toilet paper because that motherfucker gonna stay between the yeeks. That's why we also call them turds. That motherfucker got to stay between the yicks, but because when you melt it, it be having all kind of grooves and shit up in it. Motherfuckers, if you put that motherfucker in your yeeks without some fucking protection, you might catch something because you touch somebody. That's why niggas be like, man, don't give me your motherfucking knife without like dressing the sun, because niggas would come out the yeeks and try to hand you they shit straight out the yeeks. Like, nigga, keep your motherfucking thing. Everything. He said he would get all the spoons. Yeah, you can melt down spoons. I didn't like that though, because the material that the spoons is made out of is a type of plastic that should be flimsy. But you get enough spoons, that shit'll harden up to do some things. Oh yeah, we talking about plastic spoons, y'all. Plastic. I'll get all the spoons. Fall down a toothbrush. The only thing about a toothbrush is this: okay? So a toothbrush, you don't want it to be the length of the toothbrush. That's where people mess up. Like the toothbrush is this long. You don't want a knife. You don't want a toothbrush that's this long, because if you hit a motherfucker, it's gonna snap back because it's too long. So the thing about a toothbrush is you want that motherfucker like short. You want it short, but with like that much. And then, man, we sitting here talking about weaponry. Y'all know I was a motherfucking sergeant of arms. I can't even hide that. So we gonna change that subject, because I'm sitting here, man. Ain't Jason already a huh. Shit, the Queen speaks. He said you started it. Yeah, I did. I was having flashbacks, real life PTSD, because I was looking around at everything around me that I could make a weapon for to sell. And I'm telling you, they'd be like, we on lockdown, or they'd be like, man, it's about to be problems. The first thing you do is look in the set, look in your like, what can I make a knife out of? And I done came with some creative ass shit. But the Southsiders, and I'm gonna just say Mexicans and whites in general, they was always willing to go like a step further than we is, as far as like when it come to weaponry, because them motherfuckers was willing to cut lockers for knives. Like they was somehow manufacturing ways to slice into the lockers and cut metal pieces off of that motherfucker. I remember, ooh, oh, I remember one time. I remember one time. Do you know like the door handles, like I mean the door not okay, so you got the door and you got the thing that the door goes into, and you screw it in, and the button, whatever the hell, but that metal plate that goes around that, man, that was in prison. That piece right there was a come up to where, like, you look at it like this: I can't let the Southsiders get this. I can't throw it away because it's gonna be on the count, so I gotta just go with it. I remember one time the homie Beeb is a subscriber too. But I remember one time Beeb, I told him, I said, hey, can you hold this metal for me? He was like, yeah. He was my celly. So I left about two, but when I went to work, when I came back, normally that nigga would be asleep. That nigga was in the cell with all the lights out. All I could see was the TV flashing. And he was sitting on my bunk. I was like, blood, what's up? That nigga said, nigga, you said hold a knife. Nigga, this is a sword. He said, I'm cool. You gonna figure something to do with this. I can't be babysitting this. Alright, so anyhow, man, I gotta end this live, man. I've been kicking with y'all, vibing with y'all. We're gonna have the update on It's the Kid coming later. Man, if you ain't hit that subscribe button, and this is for the people that go and watch the playbacks. If you ain't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button and understand the Dirty Nation is bigger than me, it's bigger than you. Remember that, man. I understood long ago that it was bigger than me. I just get humbled from time to time. But it's bigger than me and it's bigger than you. Remember that. This is a network. Shout out Jason, the newest moderator. You've been consistent, bro. Shout out Destroyer 2. Did you ever find holes in the wall? Yes, I have, especially in Vacaville. All right, and any other questions, man? You already know, man. This ways to communicate outside of here. But any other questions, let me know. Oh, guess what? I caught a fucking I ain't gonna say who, but somebody caught a mouse. Right? We trapped it under this trash can right here, and I've been trying to decide what should I do with it. And I was thinking to like spraying some bleach under there. Look, he under there. I was thinking of spraying some bleach under there. Like I was like, you remember I Am Legend? How Will Smith caught the zombie, and then he had her on the table, and he was trying different experiments and shit. Remember? So I'm thinking about getting some bleach and spraying it up in there, see if it do the thing. Then I'm gonna try some washing powder, cause I don't want to go. I'm gonna try hella shit, but he gonna be my I Am Legend. Do you know that why that guy got thrown off the tier in video? Yeah, yeah, because he was woofing. He was woofing to the wrong white boy, and the white boy just she caught him slipping because you don't woof and then walk away. And Dewey woofed on the white boy and then walked away, and then went back to talking because Dewey had the line, so he thought he was untouchable. So when Dewey went back to talking to somebody in a cell, he was looking in the cell, and dude came up behind him and grabbed him and tossed him. So he had no win. Yeah, man, it's all good. Perico, I seen you. I think I seen you on Instagram, but hit me on Instagram, Dirty Weather. Hit me on Instagram. That's what's up. Yep. Dewey survived. Dewey survived and got beat up again. He got beat up by three people after he got through off the tier. Like he got through off the tier, rehabs, and then I guess he was still doing too much. And three white boys went at him, and he was tipping them all at first, but then they kind of got on him. But hey, other than that, man, I appreciate y'all coming through. Continue to send love to It's the Kid, man. Fuck leukemia, and we gonna do this. Prayers your way. Dirty Weather. Get on.